So this project is super easy. I don't even know the measurements of this. I just went to the store and bought a big piece of wood. I think it's a by 10. I'll measure it and put it below. Anyways, at my store, Menards and sometimes Home Depot, they'll have the pre-cut planks like this. So what I want to do today is I want to show you how simple and easy it is to make either a riser for your counters, a tray for your table, or summertime. So you can also use this to make some Mod Podge transfers on these. You can do anything that you want. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint this. The paper underneath is from the Dollar Tree. It's that brown paper, so I don't get my counter all painted on. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this. You've seen me painting before, so I'm just not going to do it on camera. I'm going to paint this both sides, and then we'll get started on what we need to do. Simple and easy projects. So I painted the side and the top of my board. I love Waverly Snow White chalk paint. I've used this quite often. And then in between coats, I just put my paintbrush in a baggie, and I seal it like this so it still has wet paint on it. So next time I use it, I don't have to wash the whole thing. So we're gonna let this dry, and then I'll do the other side and we'll keep going. Okay, so I painted both sides and I reverse transferred the wording Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace was my mom's favorite song, and I always wanted something that has those words on it. So what you do is you go on your documents, you put in your words, and I can put it all in the description how you do it, but it's better if you try. But I will put everything in the description, some of how to do this. So you just see how it's backwards. So you just turn it around, and then you cut the extra paper around it a little bit. It'll leave you less scraping the next day. Okay. Don't be afraid of this. It's quite easy, and I've done it a few times and I've messed up a few times, and that's just the way it is. So Amazing Grace, but I just didn't want to leave it as that. I wanted to add some birds to it representing my parents. So I'm going to cut around my birds here. You don't want to cut too much, but you want to cut some because you have to rub this paper off. You have to let it dry for 24 hours too, so. All right, so right there. No, I want to put it like this, a little closer, and then I wanted the birds to be here at the bottom. I printed two kinds. So I don't know if I want to do this one up there or this one down here. I'm not quite sure, so I'll have to figure that out before I do anything else. But I know I love this silhouette of the birds, and my brother is now passed, so it's kind of why I did this like this. So I think I'm gonna go my parents and then the other one. So, well, it's not my parents, but you know what I'm saying. The two birds and then the other one. So I'm gonna go ahead and move Amazing Grace a little bit, and I'm gonna put that one there, and I'm gonna move this over. And then I'm going to put this one here. No. See how the branch is cut here? It'll look weird. So I'm going to put this one here. Yeah. Right there. And this one here. And then I had this little heart, but I don't know if I want to put that in there. I'm going to skip that one. So then I'll be able to put Amazing Grace closer. And then this one up here. And then I have these painted green. This is I guess the color of the summer, the year 2024. So I decided I'm going to leave these green for my little tray. And then I purchased these pool at Menards. They sell them at Home Depot, Lowe's, any Ace Hardware. So yeah, or you can probably order these from Amazon. Never have done that, I think, but excuse me. I thought these would be cool on here. And then once this is all done, I'll go ahead and put these on. We'll do that together tomorrow after this has dried for 24 hours. So for right now, I'm going to put my heart there. So I have some Mod Podge here. Shake it up a little bit. Shake it up. Okay. And maybe not open. I'm going to try to open this. I opened it. Okay. So I'm going to use a foam brush. And I am just going to go ahead and put a little bit on my paper here. And then you're going to put it on your wood. And you're going to do the same thing with each one of them. Okay, so once you have that on your area that you want to decorate, I'm using a flower scratcher or whatever you want to call this thing, and you want to make sure that there's no bubbles, but you want to be careful because you might rip your paper. So just be so gentle. Make sure you get all of the bubbles, because if you have a bubble on a letter, then it won't adhere to the wood. So be very gentle. That will also release some of the extra Mod Podge. If you don't have a Cricut machine, or and these, I don't believe it does a good job with a laser printer either. So I will have to put everything in the link, what I heard, what I know. That way you'll know as well. So I'm just gonna pour this down. This one here has a lot of wrinkles. No, it already started gluing on there. So I'll have to really cool on this one. Okay, so we're just gonna let this dry and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, everything has been dried, the glue. So what you wanna do is you just get a little towel or a sponge, and I don't wanna lose you here on my camera, it's moving. So yeah, so you just get your a little damp cloth, and let's start with this side. on the easier part here. Hope you can see. This is where the birds are at. Let me get you closer. Hold on. I have a new tripod, but it's not working either. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna back it up and you can see it at this point. There we go. Okay, so you take your towel and you wet it down a little bit. Kind of when you see the transfer you're trying to put on, the copy paper, and you wanna make sure everything is wet. Then you just take your finger and you rub off the paper. Now, if you're sensitive, if your hands are sensitive, you might want to use like a glove. I even thought, I haven't bought it yet, but those little rubber things that you buy at the Dollar Tree for hot glue, I thought this might work. I haven't tried it, but I'm planning on it because I do have sensitive hands, and you just do that. This is amazing because if you do not have a Cricut machine, but you do have a printer, you can do your images. Unfortunately, this is only black and white, but that is the look that I was going for. And wherever there's more paper that's a little thicker, you can put a little bit more water there. You can use the back of a sponge. Now, what I usually do, I let it dry again. And wherever the paper, see how it's kind of white right here? Let me pull this up. See how my paper is white right there? I will let that go for a minute and then come back and do it again, because sometimes they'll dry and then you'll have some more white. But look at that. Amazing. So on fast mode here, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of this. So here are the letters all cleaned off. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit more, and then with my fingers I'm gonna re-rub it. I'm surprised I got to use my towel and my letters stayed really good. I'm gonna show you right here at the corner, it was not glued on, so a little piece, and actually the paper, see the paper right there where that came off, but that's okay because it gives it character. Excuse me. And I'm just keep rubbing. The letters will not come off unless you're rubbing really hard. But I'm gonna keep doing this because it's drying. See how the birds here, you see the little white, see that? I'm gonna show you. It is just a little piece, but it's coming off. So you might have to go back and redo it until you are satisfied with how your letters work. Now we're just gonna put on the handle. Once again, I'm sorry it's dark in here, but I got all my light and the sun is shining, but it's just a little dark. I'm using the pools. It's called National Hardware. Anything will do. I'm using a black one for the country vibe and to match my letters. So the first one I'm going to install is on this side over here. And if you know me, I eyeball stuff. Right about there. And I'm going to use my handy dandy battery operated Black Decker. Not a sponsor, but got to tell you about this drill. Oh yeah. So easy to install these, and they have such an impact. You have a nice Sunday brunch in the summer, put your lemonade, a little, I wouldn't put the food directly on the sign, but I would put like another tray with some charcuterie board, a little charcuterie board, your drink. You can fit the whole thing on here, and you just bring one tray out, paper plates, because it's really big enough. I just love the word Amazing Grace. I mean, I've been wanting to do this for a long time now, so I'm glad that I could do it today. There we go. One more time. Okay, let's do this side. Easier said than done in this case to open the package. Birds are singing. Are you all kind of like, we live in Kansas City. Last night we had a really bad storm. There was hail and tornado warnings. But the weather is March 13th, and the weather is so weird to me. Everything is blooming. The birds are singing. It's like we're in speed mode or something. I'm just marking it. There we go. Oh, it does have a measure. I just noticed there's a measure on here. I'm so dumb. Okay, right there. That's where the bottom is. There we go. So that's where I'm going to put that one. Okay. So far I have my two, and I mean, yeah, it's long with the handles, but if you're bringing something out, I think it's very impressive. See, I'm going to show you again. It's doing what I was talking about. See how it has like a white film, but if you keep going after it dries, you'll be able to take that out. So sometimes I work on this a little bit at a time. It'll come off. My fingers dry, the paper is a little damp, but just keep on doing that so it'll come off. But so far, that is where I am at. So for the legs, I gotta go find them. So to finish off the tray, I think you remember I had these that I had painted a while back, and the green is in this year. So I thought how cute it would be to put one of those on each corner like that. Can you all see that? I'm gonna back this up a little bit. And I'm gonna save the baggie. And I'm just gonna go ahead and glue these on with E6000. I'm gonna let it dry. This takes a little longer, this glue does. But I'm gonna go ahead and glue those on and show you the end result. So here's the tray. The legs are dry. I'm just adding a little bit of this gel stain in Hickory, and I'm just gonna do the edges here just to give it a little distressed look. And I did it like this so you can just do the edging a little bit. Do a little bit here. And there we have it, all ready to go. I'm actually going to leave it on this counter. And I just love it the way it is right there. And then I know we're not gonna see the letters that much, but I know that it is there, and that's the important thing for me. So you see how I have the other piece of wood right there? I'm gonna take what I have on there and put it here. So. And there I have my centerpiece for this spring. And like I said, I just have to remove a few things and I could use it as a serving tray or just a riser on my counter. I hope that you like this one. Now let's go to the next project.